Morning Twin Flames and light workers, I hope you're all doing well. I know we're all busy trying to navigate through these intense energies. I'm certainly getting used to the gateways now and the full moon and the new moon, and I know that quite a few of us are feeling wiped out or very high, and there's kind of lots of things going on. But you know, that's ascension, and I think from what I can understand and what I've heard, this is the first time human beings have ever held as much light as we're starting to. So it's kind of logic to me that we are going through all these transitions and activations. The reason why I wanted to record this video today was to update in terms of my twin. He came back about 10 days ago in the form of messages again. And initially, when I talked about it in other videos, he came back about 8 weeks ago. And that's after sort of total separation since February. And although we have very close mutual friends and I have seen him, you know, there's been very little communication since February. So 8 weeks ago, my twin came back. We were messaging each other quite a bit. I kept it very neutral. I didn't feel that he was necessarily away from his karmic, but I think, well, I know now that that did kind of finish and clear down. But within a few days or a couple, well, I think it was about a week of us messaging, the karmic came back fighting and apologising and making these huge promises. And so ultimately he went back. It was quite a testing time for me because I thought, wow, you know, I thought he'd learnt his lessons and where he needed to be with that situation. But then it occurred to me that the contract hadn't been completed. So if he needs to go off and do this for a while longer, then he needs to go off and do this. It happened, he made contact, I think it was around the 3rd of August. And it was literally a couple of days before the Lion's Gate. And I really remember, you know, really focusing on that, meditating, getting myself ready for the Lion's Gate. And, you know, kind of was thinking now he's back, you know, that he'll be coming through that gateway with me. Not necessarily in 3D in person, but, you know, it was all quite exciting. But anyway, when he went back with his karmic, it was a testing time, and it brought out a lot of anger in me, and I was really triggered, and I was literally ready to throw the towel in. I was like, man. And to be honest with you, I couldn't understand where the anger was coming from, because I'm not an angry person. I am a Taurus, the bull, so when I lose my stack I do, but it's very rare. And although I was triggered, the anger really scares me almost. It was like anger coming out from lifetimes before. I do think that the karmic has not just got a karmic contract with my twin, but there's been stuff between me and the karmic that probably goes back a long time ago. And really that meltdown I had, energetically, I did finally confront her, because I have been the victim the last few months of kind of passive-aggressive bullying. There have been a lot of accusations about me and a lot of nasty things said about me from this karmic, who doesn't even know me. I don't even know her. I've honoured the relationships and I've carried on, but, you know, it was massively triggering her all the time. Just me walking around this planet, you know, it was crazy. I got, you know, stalked on Facebook and everything. It's been crazy. But anyway, that big meltdown triggered me to confront it and just say enough. You know, at the end of the day, if you've got an issue, that's your problem. I'm not putting up with this anymore. So I kind of cut the cords energetically that night in my anger. Almost threw the towel in, but then, you know, had a few glasses of wine, went to sleep, and I think a lot of healing was happening that night and letting go of stuff. And in the morning, I just remember feeling terrible because I hate losing my temper. I hate getting angry. This was literally now 24 hours before the Lion's Gate, and I just thought, I'm just not in a position to do this now. My vibration is rock bottom, and I literally called on Archangel Michael, Mary Magdalene. There was quite a few I called in and said, just help me clear all this darkness out of me and this anger, and help me raise my vibration. Let's transmute the fuck out of all of this that's trying to pull me down, and work on me. To be honest with you, that work took about 3 hours, and even like sort of halfway through, I remember saying, there's more, please help me. So it was a huge clearing, but I have to say, I suddenly felt like a brand new penny. I was ready for the Lion's Gate. Friends of mine, that are not twins, suddenly said, I want to come and do this meditation with you that you've been talking about. We did it, and we lit candles, and it was beautiful. And my friends that participated absolutely loved it, and now they're doing more meditations with me. Although they don't know that I'm a twin flame, but they're just gravitating to the stuff that I'm starting to do in terms of unity meditations and everything else. So after that, I kind of got back on the mission, came to terms with that my twin has gone back to his karmic, he's got a contract to finish, it's all good. Ever since then, obviously I've started making these videos. I've been helping quite a lot of twins. Just clarity really, in terms of why karmics are there, because I've got a lot of experience with it, because I had a karmic situation with my pre-twin soulmate about 3 years ago. So, I've really been moving forward with my mission. I still don't know exactly what that looks like, but, I kind of carried on. And then about 10 days ago, 2 weeks ago, my twin came back in touch with me. And the level of the message and conversation it just sort of blew me away, I'll be honest with you. A lot of praise coming from him about me, basically wants to know exactly what I'm up to, what I've been doing, how are situations in my life. It was huge interest, but lots of praise, and really, telling me how he sees me as a person, as a woman, as a mother, as a friend. And it's making me a bit emotional, but I've never really had that, to be honest. When we were together, because he's quite a closed book, he's very British, and he's lovely, he's a very kind, gentle man, but he didn't speak freely about his emotions. And I now know that, when he comes back properly, he's going to come back quite a different person. And he's going to be a lot more open. And I'm just seeing that in the messages. He's more expressive. And he's getting flirty. And I think he's very much still with his karmic, or it's on its way out. And I think he's a bit scared with that situation, because it's a bit volatile. But what I wanted to say is, this time when your twins come back, I'm not generalizing, because I know I tend to do that and I shouldn't do that, but I just feel that when our twins come back in the way of a message or a phone call, it's really, really important that we stay grounded, because it's very, very early days. And the first time round, when he started, I was really, really excited, but my messages were very cautious and very neutral, because I didn't know his situation. But when you hear from them out of the blue, it completely knocks you off balance. And because I've done a lot more work on myself since, when he got back in touch, I knew I was more grounded, more relaxed, a bit warmer. It wasn't that I was cold, but I was probably quite clinical. So I realised that, I needed to open up my heart to him, you know, not tell him I love him necessarily, not at this stage, but, you know, give him a bit of more of an indication that you know, I am holding space for him and I love him and I am here. But he doesn't know that for sure. So he's still very much testing the water by messaging me. I feel that he knows he's got a decision to make. He knows he's got to walk away from his karmic, and he may have already done that, or he may be about to do that. And I don't feel he's hedging his bets necessarily between her and I just think he's going through so much, and he just needs to know I'm there. And he does come into my dreams quite a lot, and even in the dreams he's still not sure, will I take him back, you know, after everything that happened. And really, you know, when we split up, there isn't any blood on the wall. We didn't massively fall out. We just, you know, had to go into separation. There was just no choice in the matter. And we have remained friends ever since. But what I was saying is that when they do get in touch, they are raw. Some of them can be very, very raw. They don't know what reception they're going to get from you, because for some of you it's been, you know, a year. It's been quite a long time, you know. And they've probably been through a lot of drama, and you know, so they are going to be, could be prickly, could be a bit raw. Just, I think, expect the unexpected, and do not have any expectations of how they're going to be. And then you will be pleasantly surprised. But I do feel a massive shift of my twin. He is coming back slowly but surely. He is a lot more affectionate and warmer, and in turn so am I. So I think we're beginning to trust that connection between each other, that actually it's sacred, and you know, we're beating down those sort of fears. I am seeing a shift with this British closed book beautiful man, and I'm watching the space, and I'm not, although I can now, because I feel we're at that place where we can message each other, I am completely leaving it up to him, because I suspect he is still going through a lot of stuff, and still trying to work out a lot of stuff. And I think some of our DMs are getting a lot from the universe, and they don't have the support infrastructure network of twins like we have access to. So I'm leaving it to him, but he knows I'm there, and he gets lovely responses from me, and I do send love to him, but but at the same time it's about me, my mission, and cracking on and helping as many others as I can, even outside of the twin flame community. You know, I want to do what I can to help build relationships with friends, family, whatever. So just wanted to update you with that we're back in contact again, slowly but surely. It looks like things are moving forward, but there is no expectation of time. It will happen when it happens, and all I want to be there is kind of like a bit like his guardian angel, that I'm there, you know, in 5D to hold his hands along this journey and help him navigate his way back. But in 3D, I'm also there at the end of the phone if he needs me, or he wants to spend time with me or talk to me. And that's where I'm leaving it, and that absolutely feels right for me. So I'm not telling any of you to do anything, but just something to think about when your twin does make contact. Stay grounded, because they may only be back for a few messages and go away again. You know, they may be backwards and forwards for a little while, just until they feel comfortable, because I know that this recent lot of messages, there was a huge activation and a heart opening with me, and I know that happened with him, and for 2 days after that I was wiped out, exhausted. So that's the other side of it. As we're coming back into reunion, the energy that between us is going to be huge, and it could wipe our bodies out, or it could trigger us. So just take it easy, take it slowly, and it's all going to work out. And this hopefully is another message to you all, that, you know, this time 2 months ago that I didn't know anyone in reunion or anyone in touch with their twins. And now the people I know, we've got about half a dozen. Couple are actually meeting their twins this weekend. So it's getting very exciting, and the momentum is starting to move forward. Our DMs are on their way back. Just have faith and believe that, and when they do, just take it easy. That's all I wanted to say with you. Anyway, I'll keep you updated. Have an amazing weekend. I'm getting ready for the 1010 gateway, so I'm going to be making a crystal grid because that really amplifies, you know, like an altar space. I'm going to be doing that, and I'm going to be keeping the vibration high, and I hope you all do, and you navigate in your way through these energies as best you can. Sending love to you all, and anyone wants to get in touch with me, just send a comment. Be really nice to chat with you. Take care. Bye.